Alright, hello citizens of the Nigelverse. It's Nigel here once again, and this is going to be another wrestling match review. So, previously here on the channel, both in the initial review a few years ago and then in a review earlier this year, we looked at Triple H versus Cactus Jack at the Royal Rumble 2000. And then yesterday, we looked at the Fatal 4-Way match for the WWE Championship, or WWF Championship, I should say, which also involved Triple H and Mick Foley, he / Cactus Jack. But now it's time to bridge the gap. How did Mick Foley get retired in the first place, and how did Triple H essentially secure his WWF Championship going into WrestleMania? Let's find out. I'm, of course, talking about Triple H versus Cactus Jack at No Way Out 2000. As always, I'm not a professional wrestling reviewer, analyst, or anything like that, just a man who enjoys a good time, and I had a really good time watching this match. I'm surprised I didn't review this match yet for the channel. I think I meant to in February of this year. I think that's why I did the review for Triple H versus Triple H versus Cactus Jack earlier in the year, but sadly I forgot to. So here is a make good, I suppose. Also, yes, it is excuse me. It is St. Patrick's Day. Sadly, I am not wearing green, and there's nothing you can do about it because I'm all the way here and you're all the way over there. But as a make good, I do have the next best thing. There we go. That's much more like it. But without further ado, let's get right into this review. Now, if you've seen these reviews of mine before, you kind of already know how this works. But if you haven't, I'm going to be talking about what I liked and disliked about the match, as well as kind of how we got here. And I somewhat alluded to how we got here. So, Triple H had beaten Cactus Jack at the Royal Rumble to retain the WWF Championship in a very, very iconic, very brutal match. And so, a rematch. Triple H granted at Cactus Jack a rematch here or at No Way Out. Oh, and he decided to let Cactus Jack choose the match. So Cactus Jack chose a match that's very near and dear to Mick Foley and his career now to this point, especially now in present day 2026, that being the Hell in the Cell match. And it's crazy to think in this time period, the Hell in a Cell match that Mick Foley / Mankind was involved in. Involving the iconic being thrown off the top of the cell. That one of the most replayed moments. Crazy to think that was that was only like a year and a half before this, or not even a year and a half. I think year and some change before this. Not quite at the 2-year mark, but that's crazy how it was somewhat semi recent for the most part. But nevertheless, so Mick Foley once again finds himself in a Hell in a Cell. But the stipulation for this match is that should Cactus Jack / Mick Foley lose this match, he must retire. And don't worry, you won't forget it. Just in case you have short-term memory, they bring it up on commentary about once or 100 times. But now getting into the match, starting with what I liked, a lot of just a lot of like some of the stuff that makes the Hell in a Cell match such a great match concept for a lot of people. The brutality, the physicality, the blood. There's a lot of blood, a lot of color, a lot of physicality between the two. Cactus Jack, he says he's going to escape the cage and climb up, and he is dead set on it to the point where he goes to launch the steel steps at Triple H. Trips moves out of the way, hey, and sure enough, the steps like breaks open a part of the cell. So Cactus Jack is like, and just goes out from there. So he is able to climb up, and then once he climbs up, that's where the real fun begins. So for starters, both Triple H and Cactus Jack climb up. Cactus is climbing up, but Triple H like knocks him off. So Cactus goes flying through the table, not as far up of a bump as as the one he took in '98, but still a pretty like insane one. And then Cactus Jack, sure enough, shows up with the barbed wire 2x4, or even lights it on fire. He did hit Triple H earlier in the match with it, and he was, or actually, he no, so Triple H was split open. I was gonna say he was split open by the barbed wire, but actually he was split open by being catapulted into the cell. So Triple H is split open. Cactus's arm is split open. I think he split his arm open when he like dove through. So when he threw the steps into the cell wall, part of it came out, but not all of it was there for Cactus to fit through. So he kind of ran and rammed into it. And I believe that's how he cut his arm. But he does as he takes the 2x4, lights it on fire, and then hits Triple H with it. And then of course he goes to pile drive Triple H onto the 2x4, onto the flaming 2x4, no less. But sure enough, Triple H like does the backdrop, and Cactus goes through the top of the cell, and into the ring, and creates like a big old crater. In the midst of, or in not the middle, but in like the corner of the ring, and he is down for ages, and they definitely play it up like the referees come to check on him, and you can tell they were going for kind of the parallel slash juxtaposition, well, not juxtaposition, but definitely parallel to the match um at King of the Ring '98, when Mick Foley went through the top of the cell there as well. Thankfully, this one somehow didn't look quite as scary as when he was Mankind a year or so earlier. But sure enough, Triple H comes down and then nails the pedigree, and then that's it. So after that big old bump, he takes one pedigree, and that's it. So he now Triple H does pin him at first, but Cactus like kicks out. But then he nails the pedigree, and then that's it. So Cactus Jack's defeated. Mick Foley is retired from for about a month until WrestleMania 2000, but we don't know that yet. But and they play it pretty straight, like hey, he uh like they kind of give him like the standing ovation. They put it over in commentary, and Jack gets to walk off into the sunset. But I get, like I said, lo and behold, it would end up almost being kind of for nothing, because he would be back in time for the Fatal 4-Way at WrestleMania 2000. So I want to figure out why. Why did they have Cactus Jack, quote unquote, retire here, just for him to show back up at WrestleMania 2000? And did they change their mind? Did they get cold feet? From what I've been able to research, I wasn't able to get a definitive answer. I did, because there was a thread about it on Facebook. And someone had said that he decided to stay for a little bit to fill the hole that Austin had kind of left behind, Stone Cold Steve Austin, that is, because this is around the time when Austin was still out with his neck injury, and they weren't sure when he was going to be back. So they wanted to have like that top baby face to kind of fill that role in a way, and like take the bumps, feud with Triple H and all that. Cool. Well, I guess that makes sense. But at the same time, the Rock's right there. Like the Rock's still there. He did lose to Big Show earlier in the night, so that's how Big Show got added to the WWF Championship match. Also, it's worth mentioning. I talked about yesterday when I did the Fatal 4-Way review. Might as well check it out because I brought it up so much. I did speculate whether or not it was a botch, and after doing further research, as it turns out, it was. So, it was a botch. Rock was not supposed to touch first before Big Show, and they kind of just went with it. So, I guess good pivot, but but yeah, The Rock was kind of there. I'm sure The Rock would have filled the role just fine. Yeah, it would. It sucked to not have Austin around, but I think The Rock probably would have filled it just fine. But that's kind of just my opinion. But yeah, very brutal match, very physical match is this one. Now, is it better or not as good as their match at the Royal Rumble? earlier in the year. I'll let you be the judge of that. Between the two matches, I think I definitely prefer this one more, or just because of the ad spots and everything. Although the Royal Rumble match is still very, very good, very iconic, but I think I do lean a bit more towards this match as opposed to the other one. Like I said, not saying the match of the Royal Rumble was bad because it's not, but between the two matches, I think I lean a bit more towards this one. For me personally. In terms of what I disliked, I kind of mentioned it at the beginning. They cannot shut up about how this might be Cactus Jack's last match. They put over, like, they mentioned it about like 5 dozen times. And yes, we get it. It's a big deal, and they're hyping it up in a big way. But it gets kind of annoying. It gets kind of I don't want to say obnoxious, but it does get a bit grating, and I guess slightly obnoxious, but it does get a bit grating how much they're building it up. And honestly, I think that makes it even worse the fact that he then comes out of retirement almost immediately after for the Fatal 4-Way at WrestleMania 2000. But obviously, we the fans, I should say them the fans. I wasn't even born yet at this time. I'd be born later on in 2000, but I wasn't born yet. But of course, the fans didn't know at the time that this wasn't Cactus Jack's last rodeo slash Mick Foley, but yeah, it got a little bit grating with how many times they brought it up. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this review. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor: like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and turn on those post notifications so you know every single time I upload a video, so you never miss an upload. And let me know in the comment section below your thoughts on this match, my review of the match. Do you like the match? Do you like my review of the match? Let me know. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Peace.